This conceptual framework, constructed from a Chinese worldview, regards the world as originating from a single source, which is both material and spiritual in essence. From this one source, all the elements within the universe have unfolded and evolved, including humanity, who share a familial bond with this organic cosmos. The universe is constantly in motion. The spirit is ever flowing throughout the processes of the universe, and there is continuous evolution, transformation, crises, and harmonizing of diverse elements. And there are multiple inseparable ties uniting all things within the universe. These ties transcend spiritual and physical realities. They cross generations of people, and they cross places, cultures, and time. Humanity is endowed with a special capacity to cultivate the divine qualities of the universe. One such method is through artistic expression. Artistic expression is a spiritual process in which one harmonizes the feelings of the heart, the thoughts of the mind, the yearnings of the soul with the making of the hands, and the material one is transforming. At the same time, this artwork is being created to foster harmony between the environment, the artwork, the people, and the materials of that space. The artist is also learning through the artistic process and cultivating their individual spiritual qualities and insights. As one makes and seeks to manifest the inner conditions and contemplations of the soul, the artist draws upon the powers of observation, reflection, and imagination to aspire to greater heights of refinement and excellence in one's efforts. The artist also draws upon a spirit of confirmation through ancestral guidance in one's efforts to create with pure intention to manifest a notion of the spirit. In the case of movements from pearl rivers, the artist sought to narrate the unfolding narrative of southern China, which unfurls on these shores of Aotearoa. The inspiration for this artwork has flowed from heartfelt and real lived experiences as a southern Chinese descendant, nurtured within Aotearoa and Oceania, which is shared with stories of other descendants of the same heritage, together with the expressions and histories of southern China itself. It is at the intersections of these stories and experiences that connections are established, where worldviews converge, where overlapping of perspectives and expressions resonate, and relationships are realized. These relationships and connections are strengthened when real lives and conversations interact with the unfolding narrative of movements from pearl rivers. Relationships such as those between ancestral heritage and the present generation, customary artistic practices of southern China, and the trans-customary context within which we find ourselves, and between each other as diverse descendants who connect to an ancient southern Chinese heritage. The narration of this story complements the opening of spaces for others to share their stories in a contribution to a collective conversation, one which highlights both shared connections and the nature of diversity and transformation amongst the identities and cultural heritages of the southern Chinese descendants. This strategy allows for marginalized voices to be heard, for untold stories to be expressed, and for a new authoring of individual and collective identity within the public art gallery context. Such an act is a necessary contribution to the rebalancing of power and the harmonizing of different perspectives, experiences, and relationships amongst diverse people within the current Western-centric context. From this specific context within Aotearoa, We are immersed in this environment with its languages, perspectives, and materials indigenous to this place. As we gaze across to southern China, we can perceive connections in ancestral, cultural, material, and artistic heritage. We can also perceive the historical forces affecting the vast region connecting these two coastal lands. Some of these forces are disintegrative in nature, causing separation, compartmentalization, oppression, and stereotyping. Simultaneously, there are forces which promote integration, intermarriage, interweaving, harmonization, construction, and ascent. Movements from Pearl Rivers seeks to flow along the latter forces, reinforcing ties of integrity, knotting together diverse fibers, and weaving with balance, reciprocity, and harmony, while calling attention to the quiet yet confident, ever-flowing spirit which underpins all of humanity and the relationships binding the universe. With the steady decline of our customary indigenous practices and ethnicities within southern China and Aotearoa, the research is aimed at contributing to a return of an upwards trajectory in our arts and communities. It is also aimed at transforming our heritage within new contexts and through new art forms relevant to our evolving story. Ultimately, we want to glide upon the forces of the spirit upon which our forebears voyaged towards a new horizon.